Welcome to Norfolk Perspective City Slice. I'm Bob Batcher. Well, I'm going to be talking about elections, but don't worry, there's no political commercials coming up. Jim Hinshaw, you're chairman of the Norfolk Electoral Board. How you doing?
I'm doing fine today.
Okay, can we talk politics?
We can talk the election process, which is political, but it's also very important that we have the integrity of the electoral process, and that's what the Electoral Board is about.
Oh, so it's not about one party or the other. And if I push the politics, you're going to leave this open.
That everyone gets a fair shake.
Okay, so this is political-free time.
Should be.
It should be. Okay, let's roll back because there's been a lot of attention on voter turnout because we are now a swing state.
Right.
Has that made a difference?
Yes. We 4 years ago had 71% that voted here in Norfolk.
Wow.
And turnout is a wild card prediction, but I predict it'll be close to that again here in Norfolk. Probably not quite as high, but at least over 2/3.
Okay, let's get some advice to the voter out. Not political advice.
Right.
Not going to tell them who to vote for, but after the show, can we talk?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So you're still plugged in.
Oh, definitely.
And you still have an interest.
Oh, definitely.
But the interest on this is really about integrity.
That the voter process be fair and impartial, and then there not be any fraud, that the integrity of the electoral process is secure. That's what the Electoral Board is about.
Okay, but I'm going to be looking for some inside information on this conversation.
Sure.
So, on Election Day, which is?
November 6th.
Okay. When should I go vote?
November 6th between 6 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock. I would encourage the people not to all show up at one time early in the morning. 4 years ago, everyone did come at 6 to 6:30. We had long lines. I hope people will be spread out throughout the day. That would avoid the lines.
Go have lunch, go by after lunch.
That would be an excellent time.
Cool.
I think everybody thought they had to show up early, and that's why we had the lines. Of course, the lines were gone by 11 o'clock in most of the precincts.
That's what I found. I voted early, but not often. I only voted the one time. Voted early, and when I got into the office, I was hearing that people were saying, but there were fewer and fewer people as they went.
That's correct.
Now, so just because we've told people that, it now will be busy at lunch. But how do I know that my vote's going to count? What are you doing today to ensure that?
All right, well, we make sure we have what is called a canvass that meets at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning, the day after the election. And we go through all 49 precincts plus the absentee precinct. We check every vote. And then we set up the machines in advance. We make sure the machines are calibrated. The tapes are run back to zero. We do that at our election warehouse, and then we put a lock and key with a seal number to make sure that the machine is not tampered with. So there can be no internet that is involved with the electronic voting because we're not connected to the internet. No one has access.
So when it says electronic, it's just basically in the machine itself then?
That's right. We have discs that put in the machines that have the ballot. And like there's one disc for the 2nd district, which would have obviously the candidates for Congress, and then another disc that goes in the machines for the 3rd district. And of course Norfolk, if you're aware, is divided into the 2nd district and the 3rd district. We have 29 precincts in the 3rd district, and we have 20 in the 2nd district, 49 precincts plus our absentee.
Now, the Electoral Board is how many people?
There are 3 of us on the Electoral Board.
Okay, and you're appointed by?
We're appointed by the circuit judges. They elect us. Our parties nominate us. But once you're on the Electoral Board, you throw away your party hat as far as your duties are concerned.
Which is why I can't talk to you about who to vote for.
No, I'm not supposed to tell you who to vote for.
But maybe after the show you can. Okay, then, and then there's the staff that work it. But you rely very heavily on a core of...
Well, we have some dedicated workers that work in room 808. These people have been there year in and year out, and we have an excellent staff here in the city of Norfolk. But then on Election Day, we will actually have 600 people working at the precincts, in the 49 precincts, and we're putting out extra people this year. So we would encourage people to, there's still time to apply if you would like to work as a worker at the polls and get paid. There's still time. You need to contact the Norfolk Registrar's office.
Okay, now, Jim, I probably shouldn't say this. You might already know it. But I want the voter to know how dedicated that staff is, because they work a very long day. And since you just told them they could apply, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. You don't pay them worth beans for the
No,
length
we
of
wish
time.
we could.
I mean, they're like volunteers. They really
they're
are.
almost like they do it because of their love of civic duty,
Yeah.
their civic pride, the people that work in the precincts. Now, the people that work in the office are paid workers. They should be paid more, I'm sure of that, but they're very dedicated, and Norfolk is fortunate. We have an excellent staff led by our registrar, Elisa Long.
Well, I know how they're paid because my stepmother is one of them and has been for years in Virginia Beach. But I want the voter to say thank you to them because they really are putting in
Yes,
a
they
line
need
of
to
service.
be paid more. I wish they could be.
Okay, so you're now validating them. I mean, you're kind of doing the inventory. Election's over with from last time. Now you got the machines coming back out of the warehouse, right?
The machines will be coming to the warehouse. We will be working. Each machine, again, has to be calibrated, and then the tape run back to zero and test it to make sure it's being worked. Then it's put under lock and key with a seal number, and then it's sent to the precinct. And the only person that would open it would be the morning of the election. It would be opened by the precinct chief, the worker there who would open it. He would check to make sure that the seal numbers for each unit, each machine is accurate with what the number that was placed in the warehouse. So that ensures the integrity of the system.
Okay, so the system is in place. Now comes the voter. How do you know I can vote?
Okay, this year we have new voter ID law. And if you do not have identification, you will have to vote what is called a paper provisional ballot. And that is where you would have to, then by Friday noon after the election, you would have to send in information that validates your information concerning your address, your name. Otherwise, your paper provisional ballot may not count.
So, okay, I got the notice a couple of weeks ago in the mail.
Your
Verifying
voter
my voter
registration card. Actually, I would encourage people to carry that to the precinct because it has the barcode on it, and you show that to them, and the barcode would be read, and that's the easiest. Of course, your driver's license. There are many other forms.
Now, what if my driver's license has an old address on it? Is that a problem?
I would use another form of identification.
Okay, so bring another form with you.
Yes,
Okay. Now, so there's all kinds of rules around the election area. Again, that's for the integrity of the election, right? Of who can
That's
come in and who.
to make sure that there's not election fraud. And we've been very fortunate here in the Commonwealth and in the city of Norfolk. Almost no record of election fraud.
Okay. Now I go in, I get my card. They read me off the. Still doing that?
Yes,
And then I get my card, and
then you go to the machine and you put it in, and you actually, every voter has 5 choices. Okay, you vote 1 for the electors. Then you have a second vote for the Senate, third vote for the Congress, and then 4th and 5th for the 2 constitutional amendments.
Excuse me.
5 votes that every voter has.
Constitutional amendment.
All right, the constitutional amendments, let me comment. That is necessary under Virginia law for the voters to ratify if a constitution change is to occur. And so we have one having to do with eminent domain, property rights, then the other with the extension of the veto session, delaying it 1 week after the adjournment. See, the General Assembly adjourns in March. 6 weeks after the adjournment, they have what is called the veto session. If that veto session comes within Passover or Holy Week, they have the opportunity then to put it back 1 week to the 7th week.
Okay. I'm out of time, but I got to ask you, do I have to vote for all 5?
You do not have to vote for all 5.
But they should get informed and vote for all 5.
I would encourage people to vote for all 5 choices. Also, in a general election, there are write-ins, but I do not encourage write-ins.
Jim, I'm going to thank you in front of the cameras for everything that you guys do, but also I want to thank those poll workers for making it happen, that we can have a system here in this country that we can be proud of, and know that on November 7th, the day after the election, we have a fairly elected president, vice president, senator, and congressman.
Yes, we hope so, and again, we thank all the workers that make that process possible.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us.